closer look at tomorrow's inflation report, which requires a bit of a step back in history to 4 years ago on this day. That was when President Joe Biden signed the American Rescue Plan. $1.9 trillion of economic stimulus to bolster an economy that was hobbled by the pandemic. It was a stimulus plan that did exactly what it intended, but with some very unintended consequences. While the American Rescue Plan was needed as the economy was still in contraction, it also came at a time when the labor market, frankly, had already recouped about half the jobs lost during the pandemic, and you had those COVID vaccines that were starting to be distributed through the populace. Now, the American Rescue Plan was intentionally designed to accelerate some of those things by allowing for direct stimulus checks to Americans, a temporary expansion of the child tax credit, and an extension of enhanced unemployment benefits. And it indeed worked. The rescue plan ushered in the longest period of unemployment below 4% since the 1960s. It pushed the poverty rate down to the second lowest on record and pushed household net worth up by an unprecedented $50 trillion over 3.5 years. But here is the big but. Consumer price inflation, which had averaged about 2% over the decade prior, surged to 9.1% by mid-2022. But a lot has changed since, and well, a lot hasn't. Inflation is back down on a headline basis below 3%. But overall prices are still well above pre-pandemic levels. And Bloomberg Economics says tomorrow's CPI report for February is likely to show that while core goods inflation is not accelerating, it's not slowing either. And maybe that's why markets have been on edge. Whatever progress that had been occurring on inflation had already stalled before Trump took office. And now that progress is threatened further by tariffs set to take effect tomorrow on at least $150 billion of goods from Mexico and Canada.